Man, I love this music. I feel like I'm in the fog with these three guys, and we're looking for some crappie, and we've gone hardcore. Yeah, that's what we're talking. We're back in the house. We're with this group of hardcore crappie anglers, and I guess that's how they came up with the name Hardcore Crappie Fishing. It's all about crappie fishing here. So questions, anything like that? Hey, if you want to subscribe. You're gonna find all kinds of stuff. And this unfortunately this show is we're divided. We're divided right here. And this side over here, this is the good side. And that side over there, that's the dark side. What am I talking about? We're talking about fishing lures. Lures you can catch crappie with early in the spring, and also terminal tackle. And so on this side, we have Pico lures and Vanguard tackle. And the other side, we have, I don't know. No, we have Payton and Greg are on the other side, and they're going to represent Bobby Garland.
That's right.
And they might even throw in some hair jigs. You know, if we're lucky, they might tell us about them, but otherwise they won't tell us, and that we would be sad. Yeah. You guys got to tell us about those hair jigs.
This would be the place to talk about them, I guess. No more secrets here.
Okay.
No more secrets. We're here for, right?
Mm-hmm. You guys can start. You know, you always save the best for last. You guys.
Oh, here we go.
You start with what jig size, and Greg will tell us what colors to use. So you tell us what kind of jig size, and what kind of style that you're going to be using in this early spring.
So I like to use a Bobby Garland slab hunter minnow. It's a 2¼ inch bait, and then a 3-inch slab slayer.
Okay.
So usually like to use it on a 1/4 ounce head or an 1/8.
All right. And Greg, what are you ganged up with?
I'm pretty much the same way, except for this time of year. A lot of times I do use a hand-tied jig.
Oh, okay.
And,
who's that by?
That's by Ruben Flores.
Oh, all right.
Over here in Oklahoma. Great jig.
Not far away.
Very well tied. So we use those from time to time. But
is it like those hair jigs? And I mean, there's a time when you think hair jig is better, I guess, and then compared to the plastic.
Sometimes it can strike that, create that strike a little better. Just for the differences in the way it comes through the water. The tails will fluff up a little bit and have a little bit of action where the plastic may not be moving as much. Or it'll be more of a drastic move, something like that. So we use both. I mean, Bobby Garland is our main go-to. Yeah. And we use, like he said, I do use a swim R quite a bit as well if I need to downsize.
No, is that a curl tail?
Do what?
Is that a curl tail?
Yeah, no, the swim R is basically a baby shad.
Okay.
It's a 1/4 inch longer.
All right.
And it has a break right at the base of the tail where it comes out. It has a little small break, so it gives a little action with a small paddle on the end of it. And that tail moves constantly. So
no matter how slow you,
it can just be sitting there and it'll move.
So
you can't hold it still.
Oh, you can't.
No.
But you're casting and retrieving that. That's the approach on it.
Yeah, like I said, that cast and retrieve or just hold it over their head. That tail's going to move.
Yeah. Is there a color you think coming up that you two probably have different colors you like or not?
I use a lot of the Junebug pearl chartreuse.
Yeah.
This time of year, depending on the watercolor, even in this muddy water, I'll use a glacier a lot, which is a pearl white and a monkey milk mixture. But Junebug chartreuse, pumpkin chartreuse, horsefly.
Horsefly.
Orange and chartreuse.
They got a new color coming out called it's already out now. It's hot tater and fried squash. It's going to be pretty cool colors. So those slab
the pecan cream's going to be
pretty good we used pecan cream the other day.
Pecan cream.
I caught one on it.
It's been very popular all around the.
Yeah.
What do they taste like? Have you ever just chewed on a soft that doesn't taste like that, or
it tastes like plastic to me.
Yeah.
Unless you put a little big pizza sauce on it.
That's what I say. Depends on if it's got sauce or not.
You actually have Bobby Garland actually has sauce. You can
slab slayer
or slab jam.
Yeah.
Slab jam.
Yeah, and it glows in the dark.
And that only comes in one color pattern, right? Is that correct?
It's a white with like a glitter in it.
It's and it doesn't have it's a different texture where a lot of those
it's a gel.
A lot of the gels and stuff, and even sauces, it's oily enough that it whatever gets on, it's on.
Right.
It makes a mess, and the slab jam's not that way.
Yeah,
you can actually put that on there and wipe your hands on your pants. You can't tell that the oil has left your hands. But
your wife.
What I do a lot with the slab jam is I put it on my hands. When I get in the boat, I have you can ask Payton, I got a jar of it right there on the console, and while he's pulling my boat trailer up the hill, I'm putting that all in my hand and rubbing it in. So everything I touch has slab jam.
And it's funny when people come down the ramp before we left and they shake his hand. I'm just like,
What does that smell like?
It's not a bad smell.
I don't think it's
it's made with from real minnows. So
talking about minnows
before they rot.
Yeah, before they rot. Yeah.
That takes us over to this side, and if you're doing like with terminal tackle and you're making your own double drop minnow rig, this is the man. He sits around. He's probably been sitting around doing it during this cold freeze. You know, we had some ice on our lake and reservoir and on Beaver. And so tell us, what are you using? What's your equipment? How do you rig that up?
It's a Vanguard tackle that Pico Lure supplies. It's right now I'm pushing a 1/2 ounce minnow rigs or 3/8 ounce as well. But it's a size 2 Aberdeen gold hook. It's a stiffer hook.
Right.
A traditional wire hook. The leader's about 2 feet long, but I use jigs too. I mean, not everything's minnows. Some are jigs as well with the jig head, with the scope eye jig head. I'll put just a basic. I just call it old school tube because I've used those since I was little.
Right.
Just an old scoop, tube insert jig and
1.5
inch. Yeah.
1.5 tube.
Yeah, it's just an 1.5 tube, just old school stuff, and just the color like red and white, pink and white, yellow and white, even one kind of red with the glitter, and just still tipping it with the minnow. A trick I'll do sometimes as well is something Mitch showed me. You pinch the middle part of it off and put the minnow in between it. It kind of just gives a little bit different action.
Right.
But
you think it helps this time of year in the watercolor early in the spring?
Yeah, I think it kind of just gives it a little bit more of a profile. If you need to kind of size up, because I'll put a little bit, put a small minnow on there, but kind of tip it with the jig, or tip the minnow with the jig, kind of increases the profile up a little bit. I still stick to just white colors,
just white
in the mud.
Have you ever bought that stuff that is like fluorescent green or something? You can put your minnows in it, or you put in your minnow bucket water.
I did that when I first saw that come out. The dye minnows.
Yeah.
Dye minnow.
Fire dye.
Yeah, fire dye.
I did that when it first came out, and it's a lot of work.
Makes a good green chartreuse minnow, though.
Yeah.
That'll eat.
I've caught it. I remember catching a 15-inch crappie on one. It does work. It's just a lot of work. I was fishing with regular minnows and dye minnows. I couldn't tell it. I'm just like.
Did you find them in your bucket?
Yeah, it was a lot easier because I mixed them in there, and I was like, well, it was fine. See, I don't want that too big of a green minnow. Too big. So, but
size matters.
Yeah.
I wonder how that works with them rosy,
when they grow those
rosy nose minnows.
I will say this.
Have you tried rosies?
I hate fathead minnows. I don't like fathead minnows. I don't.
We're just putting it out there. Don't be giving Lance fathead minnows.
You're right,
because he ain't coming back.
I just don't like I don't know. They don't last very long. I don't prefer fatheads. I don't know. They're different shape, different size. I don't know.
And you like cooking with gold hooks. See, when I spot a rig, I like red or bronze.
Yeah. I used to be.
It did not for a long time.
I was always keep it natural. Keep it as natural as you can in the water. And then Mitch, we was up there at the Wally Marshall show, and Brad was there, pulled me over and said, "Hey, take some of these and try them out." I said, "You don't got any bronze?" He said, "No, but we carries gold."
But I can remember the first time.
Yeah.
you and I
gave him a hard time on it.
the first time that he and I spider rigged out of my boat.
Yeah.
That's all I had on was gold hooks.
Yeah.
And we started out having a tough day, and he's like, "These dang gold hooks. It's like you're gonna have to get you some red hooks. You got to get
right.
You have
Red,
got to
bronze,
get you some red hooks."
bronze
So
or
I go and buy red hooks, and then who's using gold now?
But no, it's it's just I tied some up, and everything that I caught there. I mean, it was a tough day. It was kind of October kind of time of year. I struggle, and it was a tough day. But everything I caught come off the gold hook because I'd have a gold hook on here, have a bronze hook on there. It's kind of just alternate. I was testing it out. It's being honest, And then everything I caught was on the gold hooks. The day I called Mitch, I said, "Hey, you got any more of them gold hooks?"
Yeah, got some gold digger crappie to catch.
Yeah. so I started tying up the gold hooks, and I took that kind of tie that you used, and I tweaked it to more what I like and with less hardware, basically.
Right.
That's what I did, and been that way ever since. And that's all I put on my pole now is just that tie, that setup. Unless I get into bushes.
Yeah.
Bushes, they don't like. I can't get them out of bushes. They're a stiffer hook.
You're going to have some bushes because this water's come up a foot already.
Yeah.
I've basically just been going out there and I'm using scope eye jig, and it's either a quarter or 1/8 ounce and just 3/8 somewhere right in there. I'm just using a pointer shad, and mostly I had only been using shad patterns because all the crappie I've been cleaning, the bellies are all full of shad. I'm like, and why try something different? And we had a bunch of them. And then I went to this color called Blue Storm. It's got a chartreuse tail and like a blue back and a white belly. And it is so pretty.
We'll take a spike marker and put just a tad or spike it.
Are you noticing jig head color making a difference for you?
I've been usually matching the jig head. And so I usually, unless it's chartreuse and like that pearl color.
We mix it up.
We mix ours up, but for
like Cajun cricket and a pink head goes good together.
Which is orange, right?
Yep,
that's orange.
That's orange, green, and then
like orange
then
like
pink.
your hat.
But for the most part, I'm big on the. I mean, we probably use I use the Pico Chrome. Whatever it's called, that silver one.
Yeah, chrome and black.
Chrome's good color.
Huh?
Chrome's
that chrome.
Color,
I think it's called the chrome, isn't it? We use that a lot, and a solid. We use a solid white a lot.
Yeah.
And then
with Green Lantern, which is weird looking.
Yeah, and then a chartreuse.
Yeah.
Head. I mean, we do use orange. We do the pink.
Well, remember
those other three are main ones.
Last year in early March, it was the orange head.
Isn't that
orange head?
In clear water.
Yeah.
They wanted it's a black and chartreuse slab hunter or a Ruby 4S jig.
Just before all this come in, the lake was real clear, and we were using
muddy water colors.
Yeah. I mean, chartreuse head.
Yeah, chartreuse head.
Junebug chartreuse.
Yeah.
We were using what was we using that last time? Junebug chartreuse and orange.
Yeah.
Orange and chartreuse. Crystal clear water.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about that now. For quite a while.
Well, we'll go back to the neutral colors now.
Yeah. Non-muddy watercolor, so hammer.
It's funny how that'll work, though. Like I said, glacier shows up.
Don't be afraid to throw anything.
Yeah.
Even a bass bait at them sometimes.
Yeah. Let's talk about size. Size matters.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys are looking for size, we'll get to you. We're not leaving them out. You just have to understand when you're crappie fishing, the greatest thing about crappie fishing is you can do it any style you want. You can be an old bass fisherman like me, or you can be a spider rigger, or you can be two guys that, they're bread and butter and day after day after day after day. That's crappie fishing.
Yeah.
And you can approach and catch these in different techniques, but color preference usually is according to the person, but size also. So you're on your lure baits, what size are you using?
Well, it's 2 1/4 to sometimes if I venture into the bass, it's 3.5, 4 inches.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, Yum makes a FS sonar minnow that's
Yeah, we've caught several crappie on the
it's a bass bait.
forward-facing minnow.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And what do you do with your minnows? You go to big ones?
I mean,
like
if it's
they go
good-
to big ones?
If it gets dirty, I'll step up to try to find a bigger size. I don't want to go any much bigger, but it's just big minnows. It just seems like it spooks them.
Yeah.
It just seems like the crappie just come up there and they just swim off. I mean,
It's
It's
kind of funny. You get in, we get in the boat, and
it's just totally different two methods.
you look down at the floor of the boat, and they're like, these are these used baits? No, they're not used baits. Before our people shows up, we get our boxes out. And we get 6 or 8 different colors. We'll have 2 or 3 different body sizes and everything until we determine what they're going to hit. And I mean, we spend 30 minutes at the end of a fishing day picking up baits, and we have to be careful because some are bad and some are good.
Right.
So we have to put them back in our bags. I got one customer. He gets in the boat and he starts picking up. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Cleaning up for you." And he picks them good baits up.
He is cleaning out.
Yeah.
Yeah, some days I like big baits, and some days it's small.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just how they're feeding. I
I've
mean, the
seen
shad will
days-
tell you that. You'll catch a crappie and you'll have a shad hanging out of his
Well,
mouth.
last year about this time, it was in February.
Yeah.
We was fishing. We was fishing in the White River. We came out one day and we smacked them on the slab hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And that next morning we got out here. We went 3 days in a row, if I remember right. And we got out there that second morning, and they would not hit that plastic. So we caught them on Reuben floors. What was that one? It's not black and chartreuse. It's
called jalapeno. Yeah,
jalapeno.
Wow.
We caught them on jalapeno color. And then we went the third day, and lo and behold, if we didn't have to step down to an itty bit, an itty bit slab hunter, which is
Very small.
inch and a quarter bait. I mean,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't even touch the hair jig.
Because they
So
fool?
it was crazy,
Is it
huh?
because they fool?
It's just the difference in the color,
The mood.
the movement, and the weather changed a little
There's,
bit.
sometimes they get moody.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess they've seen so many.
Because I go out expecting everyone I throw at needs to bite.
Exactly.
If you don't want to bite, what's wrong with you?
Right.
They don't want something bigger, or they want something smaller.
Right.
right. And you can tell because the sonar, you sit there and look
Yeah,
at them, and
you
you're
see what he
like,
wants.
I got
Are you
something just for
snubbing
him.
me off because?
And that's what's crazy.
Want
You'll
to?
throw out a
Yeah.
big fish, and you'll throw and throw and throw, and he's like, all right, I'm going to chunk this big bait at him.
But
All
at
of a
the
sudden,
same
he
token-
reacts and hits it.
Reacts it.
At the same token, the first day we had it to ourselves.
Yeah. That's true, too. Yeah.
Second day we had 2 visitors.
Yeah.
That third day, there was 6 or 8 boats out there before we got there,
Wow.
and then 2 or 3 more set in on top of us.
That's part of having a rat boat and posting stuff on Facebook, though.
Right.
Yeah, that's live.
Hey, that's live.
That's
But,
live.
I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying
Conditions
pressure.
change.
the pressure of everybody using the same thing.
Yeah, but then also putting a show on all 3 days is still good, though.
Yes, it is.
I'll tell you what, if you want to know more about lures, you want to learn about and pick these guys' brains, or you want to learn something else about crappie fishing, drop us a note. Make sure you subscribe. We have more and more subscribers. And actually, people are listening this week. We're actually, the new followers, we're going to have a drawing, and someone's going to win some of these lures we've been talking about. So, not ones that come out of the bottom of Greg's boat. There'll be new ones
That's
in a
right.
package.
Color of
In
the
the
week.
package.
Color of the week. Yeah, we might have to have color of the week.
Yeah.
So, and it can just change like through the summer.
Yeah.
So, and
Still in the package.
then we'll just have Lance put some minnows in a bag for you. They will have like an expose, expires.
Well, he'll have his tubes he's catching them on that week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Pico tubes.
Or we'll just have more gold hooks.
Yeah.
We can talk about gold hooks all you want, because I'm telling you, we'll have different people that watch from different areas, and some that don't catch it every week. So it's good that sometimes things that we talk about are a little repetitive inside there, but make sure you do that, and we'll let you know who the winner is. We'll post that on Facebook, and if Payton, if they want to get in touch with you, how would they get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can reach me at Payton Usrey Fishing on Facebook, or give me a call at 479-387-6153.
You're next, Greg.
Greg's Guide Service on Facebook, or 479-601-1683.
Lance Hughey, Lance Hughey Crappie Guide Service on Facebook. You can reach me easily. Just 479-236-4105.
I'm Brad Wiegmann. I'm your host, I guess. Not really. These all the guys are all hosts. I'm Brad Wiegmann. You can catch me at Facebook. You can just send me a message, or you can call me at 479-756-5279. I am a multi-species, so it's getting a little towards spring. We might be jumping over and doing some white bass and stuff, but it's hard not to go out there and go. I love scoping for crappie, and I like eating crappie. I guess that's the problem. But it's all good. We like to end the show. We say everyone needs to keep it hardcore, and we are.
Yeah.
Hardcore. Look at that. I got them almost to follow us. Check us out. Subscribe. Come on back.